What's up, guys? The 2021 Works Edition Trike is finally finished up. We're gonna go ahead and start this thing up, do a full walk around, and I'm actually gonna go over some new updates on the 2021 kit. This is quite a bit different than the 2020. Although it's very similar in terms of the parts, there is quite a bit of differences we had to do in our kit to make it work on this machine. So let's jump right into it. I'm gonna show you guys all the changes that we had to make. Now guys, first off, I just wanna say, every time a new bike comes out, I'm always worried, are we gonna be able to convert this thing the way I'm happy with? Is it gonna turn out good fit and finish wise with the fenders? And I just wanna say, Honda has impressed me again with this new bike in terms of converting it into a trike. I haven't rode this as a dirt bike with a 450. I've only rode this chassis so far with our CR500 conversion. That's the other 21 that we built. Anyway, guys, so back to the trike. So Honda was very generous with the side shrouds, which is really nice for when you're cutting your fenders. And again, if you guys don't know what we do, we're selling modern trike conversion kits for modern dirt bikes. So if you guys want a brand new trike, we have a bunch of kits. But anyway, guys, so as you've seen in all of our other videos, basically we always have to modify the rear fenders to work with the dirt bike shroud. So Honda, again, was super generous with the side shrouds. They made these plenty long. Plenty of material to work with. They fit really well. Another change they did, they actually put the battery right up here, so that cleans up the whole back of the subframe. Keeps all the weight forward and centralized, which is, at the end, it's going to make the machine handle a lot better. Another thing, basically the way they rerouted the wiring on this, we used to have our CDI box, our regulator, and all that stuff mounted right behind the gas tank, which honestly was kind of a pain on the 17 to 20s. This is all relocated down here now. So we were actually able to create some electrical mounts that go right in front of the gearbox. I'm gonna pop the seat off for you guys just so you can see it. All right, guys, so everything's the same back here. This kit now comes standard with the airbox. And the reason for that is, like I was saying, all the electrical sits on that bracket right in the front there. Super clean. It fits literally right in front of the airbox right there. So you can see our bracket, it goes up, holds the CDI box, keeps everything all tidy, keeps it completely away from the exhaust. It's actually the factory mounting position on the dirt bike. It's right underneath the intake on the subframe. So seat post relocator did change. We made a new design. It's actually a little bit simpler. You no longer have to drill a hole. You're just gonna use the hole that's already on there. Similar design intake. We had to change the overall shape of it and length to get it to work with this chassis. We did bring this down a little bit just to actually get the seat height lower. So we've worked really hard on getting the seat height lower on this. We're, I'd say, just under an inch lower than the 2020 kit. So every little bit does help. Now, these are the two bolt holes that the dirt bike seat used to mount through. So we actually created some brackets. They go on the side of our subframe. They kick up and hold this down. This is pretty standard on all of our trike kits. You got your front bushings for your seat to hook into, and of course your rear seat latch with your rubber grommets. I'm gonna switch over to this side so you guys can see the electrical mounts. Everything's just sitting tidy right up out of the way. Super clean setup. You can see the bracket that goes up to the fenders. So I guess at the end of the day, guys, most of the changes were done, of course, on the subframe, being this is a whole different chassis. The swing arm was pretty similar. A couple changes up on the pivot tube area, and the linkage tab is different. So we ended up changing that out and getting that dialed in perfectly. Turbo clamps are pretty much all the same. Front end just about the same as our other kits. So as you guys know, we machined the billet turbo clamps in-house. Of course, the billet front hub with the 10-inch wheel conversion. We do that so you can actually have some tire options. Now, if you guys get a Works Edition and you do an in-house build, this is something that I created. I created a slip fit exhaust mount. So more or less, this piece slips into that slips into the can, just like factory. I did this because I didn't want to do any kind of welding on this expensive titanium exhaust. So if the customer, for any reason, ever put this thing back to a dirt bike, it can go back to a dirt bike. There's no exhaust mods done. So that's a really nice feature there. As you guys know, in the past, we do modifications to the mid pipes. You're gonna have to do that because we're basically taking this angle. Normally this pipe is way up here as a dirt bike. We're bringing this whole assembly down, and we're always checking offset on the can, make sure there's clearance to the axle. We do have our billet anti-fade nut on here, our billet rear disc guard, our Billet sprocket guard. Of course, our whole complete swing arm assembly. So that's the billet sprocket guard that bolts there. We generally choose RPM for a higher end axle. The Dominator axle, you're never going to beat that axle. He's got a great warranty on that thing, so I highly recommend those guys if you can afford the extra. The other cheaper option would be the Tusk axle. Yeah, guys, really nice and clean. Yeah, super clean bike for sure. Alrighty, guys, that's pretty much it. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to educate you guys on the products we make. There's always changes between the models, so anytime you have a question, definitely check out all of our videos. I really do try my best to cover as much of it as possible. Anyway, guys, head over to bvctrikes.com if you're interested in a trike conversion kit. You can give us a call, 518-563-3699. You're going to talk to my wife. She handles all the orders, answers all the emails, and pretty much takes care of everybody, because we're extremely busy working back here. So again, guys, everything is made in-house in the USA. As you can see, we have a handful of equipment in this shop right now, and we're just gonna keep pushing the limits and building cool parts, and hopefully you guys like what we're doing. Comment below, let me know what you think of this build, and I'd love to get some feedback. At 50,000 subscribers, I just want to remind you guys, we are going to be giving away a trike kit, a big wheel kit, possibly some other products. So you guys are getting us up there. We're almost to 40. Really appreciate all the subscriptions. You guys are absolutely awesome. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Thanks for the support. So now we're going to start this bike up, and you guys get to hear it run. Thank you, guys.